Hello, lovies. So this past week, I have been talking actually with quite a few people. I don't know if it's been in the front of my mind or just kind of something that's come up with several other people, if that's just kind of the energy that's going around right now. Um, but I've talked with several people about kind of finding our direction in life. Um, and that one, there are so many factors that go into it. Um, and so I was thinking maybe we could just like kind of practice a little exercise together to maybe help us find a starting point, like a direction to get us going on the path we want to be on. So to do that, I want I want you guys to think about just for you, what do you imagine the perfect world to look like? Just what is a perfect life for you? Um, Consider where you are. What does it look like? And who are you with? Who's sharing that life with you? What kinds of things are you guys doing? And most importantly, how does it make you feel? So, when you're able to take some time to just really dedicate yourself to envisioning utopia, um, really see a clear picture in your mind, not about what others or even yourself have kind of put on you as expectations of what life should look like, um, or what you need to do, or things like that. I want you to just think about, take some time and consider, what does happiness look like to you, um, and just kind of like be in that moment. Just allow yourself to spend a minute just really envisioning it and engage your senses, um, and allow yourself to feel that true happiness. And once it kind of registers as like this truly feels happy, that is what we're looking for. So when you're able to envision that, now that's when we kind of take a step back and look at our lives as they currently are. And it becomes a bit more clear, what steps we need to take. And, it's not to make us feel bad, to make us feel disconnected or far off from our goals. The point of this exercise is to help it become a bit more clear to us what direction we need to move in, what steps that we can take. And they are just small steps that can be taken to help us move in the direction that we want to be. So, it could be something as little as, maybe just, I hear I'm not the only one, I don't know, where laundry's kind of like a daunting task where, you wash it and you dry it, but then just once it's done, it seems kind of tedious, and like you just don't want to put away the clothes. If you do laundry, maybe that means that can translate to, well, now I have clothes to go out and meet up with friends and hang out with them. Or, it could be, if I spend a little time cleaning out my garage, maybe now I have the space to store a bicycle because I'd love to get out and ride a bike more. So, it could be little things like that where you're just focusing on small steps that you can take towards living a more fulfilling life. And so by doing this practice, you're able to recognize kind of what things you feel are problematic in life. And instead of just kind of living through that, just like kind of accepting that that's the way life is, um, I think this exercise is really important because it shows you that you can be progressive, that you can, um, make small efforts that make big changes in your life, and you just face one thing at a time, and before you know it, you're living that life that you imagined. And then from there, we can zoom out and figure out even our purpose in life and how we're meant to, affect others, change the world. And, um, I think that's something that a lot of us think about a lot or wonder about a lot. And it starts with small steps. We just need to take the time to consider them. So that's kind of, again, that's been on the forefront of my mind more recently, is just, I know that I get overwhelmed very easily. Not everybody is that way, but for me, I have tendency to think about, just all of the tasks to do, all of the problems in the world. And it becomes kind of like where I feel helpless because it's just so much. And so it's a good practice to be able to just kind of zoom in a little bit and just focus on one small thing at a time. One step that's going to bring us closer to where we want to be. So I think that's about all I have to talk about this week, is that's just something I've been thinking about, and those are kind of the discussions I've been having with some loved ones, is just trying to figure out, like, how do we even answer that question of, like, what we want to do career-wise, or, how are we meant to affect the world? What is our purpose? And, things like that. So these questions can be answered. We need to set aside the time to consider what that means to us. And then from there, create an action plan of sorts where we see these little steps that we can take towards creating a utopian world. Anyway, that's it. That's what I have going on right now, what I've kind of been thinking a lot about. If that's something you're interested in talking more about, feel free to reach out. And if you have any advice or tips, things that kind of help you work through these questions or problems that you see, please share. I would love to hear more about it. This is something that I feel works for me at times, so I wanted to share that. But any other suggestions or advice, I absolutely welcome it, because any advice can help go a long way. So that's it for today. And I will see you guys next time. All right. I love you all, darlings.